Good afternoon, Rio Verde. Dan Keller here, Director of Agronomy at Rio Verde Country Club. Quick agronomic update as far as the golf courses go. Obviously, we opened up Quail Run last week and the greens weren't where we wanted them to be. A couple factors there. One was the rough transition, which is why we kept that additional 5 weeks. We came a long way in those 5 weeks, but definitely not where we wanted to be. Still some bare areas slow. Some of those slow it just has to do with the lack of traffic on the greens. White Wing had plenty of golfers over the last 10 weeks year round, so it does compact the surface, makes it firmer, and when we go 10 weeks without that traffic, we get a thatch buildup and it just doesn't compact the surface as much. So I think you'll see as we continue to go through the next couple weeks, more traffic on the greens. We're going to continue to top dress. We top dressed this morning, smooth them out. We're starting to see those areas filled in. If you can remember, a couple weeks ago too, we did go 4 days without water. That kind of set us back a couple weeks as far as filling in those areas. Some of those areas that you see on the greens had some runners going in there, and then after the third day of no water, it kind of burnt those up from the heat. It was the hottest week of the year. But over the last 7 days, I think we've come a long way, starting to smooth out a little bit as we get more traffic on the greens. They'll start to get faster. It's important to know that these are mowed at the same height as White Wings, and again, there's just a little bit more thatch from that lack of compaction, lack of traffic. We'll continue to top dress this morning, smooth them out. We're going to top dress again next week. But I think over the next 7 to 10 days, you'll see a greater improvement as we move day by day. Part of that too is when we get these high humidity days, the Bermuda grass tends to puff up. We can manage that a little bit with some plant growth regulator, which we put down this week, slow the growth, reduce that puffiness, and then we'll continue to verticut and mow. We did a double mow yesterday and that had some scalped areas, but get some grain out of there, some of that thatch. We continue to top dress and they'll get better and better. Obviously, again, we're not where we wanted to be, but we did need to make that transition from White Wing over to quail because we have all that cultural stuff we did here on quail to do over there with the Sandmaster, verifications, aggravator, all the stuff we did on quail to help with this transition we need to do on White Wing, and we need that 10 weeks of closure to get all those projects completed. So that's why we needed to make the switch. Again, not where we wanted to be, but I think we're getting headed in the right direction. I'm very happy with the way the tees and the fairways are right now. We can just get the greens to match those, which I think will happen in the next 7 to 10 days. We'll see a better experience overall. So I appreciate your patience. I just wanted to give an update on what's going on the golf course, why the greens are the way they are, and the direction we're headed. So thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you on the golf course.